This episode, for a change, is on family, on uncles to be precise. Most of us have uncles on our dad's side and our mom's side, but I'm going to focus on maternal uncles. For a moment, think of your maternal uncle or uncles. If you don't have even one, you exit in round one. If you do have a maternal uncle, think of his maternal uncle, meaning your granduncle. If you don't have one, you drop out in round two. And if you do have a maternal granduncle, think of his maternal uncle or your great-granduncle. Absolutely tough. If you don't have that great-granduncle, you fail in round three. If you're still in the ring, think of your great-granduncle's maternal uncle or your great-great-granduncle. Impossible? No, it's possible. Let me introduce you to three people I know who have their great-great-granduncle on the maternal side. Meet 12-year-old Kyra Pattam, a 7th grader at the Our Lady of Sacred Heart School, Bentley, Melbourne, Australia, and her 8-year-old twin brothers, Thomas Pattam and Nicholas Pattam, 2nd graders at the St. Louis de Montfort School at Aspendale, Melbourne. And here are their parents, Matthew and Rosie Pattam, who moved to Melbourne from New Delhi and Kerala. Our focus, of course, is on their 3 children who have an absolutely stunning 4 layers of uncles. Their immediate maternal uncles, 2 of them, who have their maternal uncle, who has his maternal uncle, and who incredibly has his maternal uncle. Come, let's meet each of these layers of uncles. Kyra, Tom and Nick have 2 immediate maternal uncles, Thomas Nicholas and George Nicholas. Thomas Nicholas is a techie who lives in Melbourne, and George Nicholas is a rubber planter who lives in Kerala's Kottayam district. Thomas and George Nicholas have a single maternal uncle who is Matthew George Stelly, a practicing lawyer based in Kottayam. For Kyra, Tom and Nick, Matthew George Stelly is their maternal uncle's maternal uncle or maternal granduncle. Now, Matthew George Stelly has a single maternal uncle, which is yours sincerely, myself, a journalist and now a YouTuber with this channel, Geometric View. For Kyra, Tom and Nick, I'm their maternal uncle's maternal uncle's maternal uncle or maternal great-granduncle. I was blessed with 4 maternal uncles, Jose, Chaco, Abraham and Michael A Kallivayalil. I lost 3 of my senior maternal uncles through the 1970s, 80s and 1990s. But my youngest uncle, Michael A Kallivayalil, thrived right into the 21st century. Founder and chairman of the Glenrock Group of Companies, Michael A Kallivayalil was an industrialist, planter, educationist, philanthropist and much more. His Hiviacrum factory was India's first block rubber processing unit, and he purchased land from the legendary J.J. Murphy, the Irishman who introduced rubber plantations to India, and even established a school in Murphy's name. For Kyra, Tom and Nick, Michael A Kallivayalil is their maternal great-great-granduncle, a rare distinction and blessing for anyone in the world to have. If you do know anyone who has 4 layers of uncles like that, please do let me know in the comment section. All of us came together at a family event in 2009 when Kyra's younger twin brothers weren't born yet. But we could get this amazing picture together. Kyra's 4 generations of uncles, one a techie, the second a lawyer, the third a journalist, and the 4th an industrialist, planter, educationist, philanthropist rolled into one. A few years after this picture was taken, Kyra had twin brothers for company who too could say we have our uncle's 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 uncle. All good things do come to an end, and it did for this chain of uncles. Last week, my dear phenomenon of an uncle, Michael A Kallivayalil, moved on peacefully a few days after his 97th birthday. That robbed Kyra, Tom and Nick of their great-great-granduncle. When someone you love becomes a memory, that memory then becomes your treasure. So it is for me. He left me such a treasure trove, and some more that his wife, Mariamma, my aunt, will continue to give me. They were together for 72 years, only 3 short of another couple of their era, Jimmy and Rosalyn Carter, who are now together for 75 years. Kyra, Tom and Nick can no more boast of having a great-great-granduncle. But nobody can take away his memories from them. he'll continue to live long in their memories.
Long live our great-great-granduncle.
This video is dedicated to 4 Indian tennis stars, a Jesuit priest and a farmer from Odisha. This week, for the first time at a Wimbledon mixed doubles match, all 4 players on court were Indian. Sania Mirza and Rohan Bopanna versus Ankita Raina and Ramkumar Ramanathan. It didn't matter who won. It was the first all-Indian meeting in a Grand Slam event in the Open era. In Mumbai, Jesuit priest and tribal activist Stan Swami passed away. Many in the country feared that the 84-year-old Parkinson's-affected activist could terrorize the country. May his soul rest in peace. The federal government can also be at peace because Stan Swami will not be around to destabilize the country. And lastly, this video is dedicated to Balakrishna Kanhar, a farmer from Kalhandi district of Odisha, who had to carry the body of his 40-year-old wife Rutumati to the hearse himself because nobody at the Fulbani district headquarter hospital would help him. Apologies, Balakrishna Kanhar. This isn't how a nation with character treats a citizen. God bless you and your 2-year-old daughter. Salute you for the love, care and respect you showed your wife till the very end. Let me leave you with an uncle quote. I smile because you are my uncle, and I laugh because you can't do anything about it. Thank you.